Hello, wonderful Taurus, and welcome to New Hope Tarot. We're going to be doing your reading for the first half of January. I have already meditated upon your cards and have shuffled them, but a lot of people like to hear the shuffling, so I'm going to go ahead and give them all a quick shuffle. Today we're going to be using two tarot decks and two oracle decks to do this reading. And while I am shuffling, if this reading does resonate, please like, share, and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. And also, if you do hear me jotting down some notes, it is because I do the abbreviated versions of the readings as well. That way, in case you are wanting a quick refresher, you're not having to listen to the full recording. You can just go back and read the cliff notes. All right, so here we go. Alright, Taurus, this is going to be your reading for the first half of January. Quick review of what that will look like. Alright, we're going to start off with two oracle cards, and then we'll do the tarot cards, and then after the tarot cards we will be doing the clarifications. Okay, all right, God's, my angels, my universe, what is it that you want for us to know for the first half of January? My God, my angels, my universe, what is it that you want for us to know for the first half of January? My God, my angels, my universe, what is it that you want for us to know the first half of January? Just the universe. Okay. Alright, the first card is the Seeker. What is it that you're trying to find, my dear Taurus? My universe, what is it that you want Taurus to know? What is it that you want Taurus to know? All right, I'm starting to see the story just with the two cards. So currently right now with the Seeker, I feel like a lot of you are feeling a little shackled right now, tied up, bound even. To some sort of responsibility, something that controls you. And I feel like a lot of you are just wanting to relinquish some of that control. And then I don't know, I feel like this resonates. This is going to sound really odd because I've never said this during a reading. I feel like this resonates with people that their name starts with the letter M or has the letter M in their name. I'm seeing a lot of M's on this card. I'm not necessarily sure what that means. That's money, maybe? Maybe money's controlling you. maybe money's the one that's shackling you. But I'm also seeing you're trying to find a pathway to get out of this. The second card you received is play. May you seek out fun and connection. Well, there you have it, folks. It looks like you're seeking a lot more play. Maybe you've been all work and very little play or no play, my dear Taurus. Maybe you feel out of connection with your loved ones, friends, family, or an actual loved one, a romance partner. And your first card that came out is the Three of Cups. Yep, it's a little time for you to get out there and have a little fun. And the second card that came out for you was the Five of Wands. And normally the Five of Wands is a struggle, but in this particular card, I'm seeing grown men acting like children, just playing, being silly. The wands almost look like sabers from what is that? Star Wars. Like they're being silly. They're just being silly. They're out in nature. They're just being silly, playing, having a good time. And the third card that came out for you, my dear Taurus, is Justice. It looks like things will balance itself out, but it might look like you have to find a way to balance both work and play. Because I'm not seeing, just because you're shackled from work, it doesn't necessarily mean that you don't like your work. I just feel like you've been too kind of overburdened by work. Not necessarily that you don't like it, just that you've really been in work mode, and you just kind of feel like, all right, I'm needing some downtime, really, is what this comes down to, is having some downtime. This is a very clear reading for you, Taurus. All right, so for the Three of Cups, as I'm doing the clarification on them, the Six of Cups and the Six of Swords came out with this Three of Cups, and the Ace, or not the Ace, that's not an Ace. I don't know why I said Ace, and maybe you need a new beginning. Six of Cups is about balance. And truly that's what this whole reading is about. You trying to find that balance between work and play. And I'm getting strongly here, Taurus, that you almost have got to either speak number one, talk with yourself. What is it that you are wanting here, and how you feel you are able to balance this work-play relationship? Because yes, we can all sit there and say, oh, I want balance. Well, great, but what does that balance look like for you? That's really what this card is saying to me. Number one, what does that look like for you? And then I would even write that down. What does that balance, that harmony between the two look like? And then once you know what that looks like for you, then for yourself, say, okay, well, after so much time at work, I'm going to be doing this to kind of disconnect from work and, hang out with my buds or my pals or my friends or my family or whatever that looks like to disconnect, right? And I'm not talking about disconnecting at home. Let's say that I feel like a lot of you are not in a relationship. So if disconnecting at normally looks like, oh, I'm going to play, some Xbox or I'm going to just watch a movie and lounge, or I'm going to lay back and just have a glass of wine and just chill out, that's different. That's not what I'm talking about here. What I'm talking about here is time with friends where you are able to reconnect with other people, that you remember who you are. Because sometimes right now what I'm getting with this seeker is that your soul's not balanced, not just in work and play, but your soul's not balanced. Like, you are defined by your work, not necessarily who you are, but that work is defining that. And you need to find that reconciliation between your work self and your true self, because they're not one and the same. Yes, they can blend for sure, but they are not the same thing. And I feel like if you spend time with friends and family, getting out there and really reconnecting and being silly and just getting some time with your girls or your guys or whomever, that's going to really remind you of who you are and who you want to be and who you want to continue to be, and find that balance for yourself. I'm also getting that after you find what that is, you should really stick to that guideline so that you don't lose that balance again. And for some of you, I feel like this is a balance that you need to align, you need to draw with a supervisor or work or whatever that looks like. You have to draw that line. And even if you're self-employed, let's say you're writing a book, say, okay, I'm going to write, this many pages or whatever that looks like for you. But after this, I'm going to take some time and I'm going to get out and do a little something. The other card that came up with the Three of Cups is the Six of Swords, which, again, it's 6 and 6, right? So this comes down to balance, action towards getting that balance, moving on from this sense of being shackled. That's what I'm getting with this particular Six of Swords. Just trying new things to get out of that rut that you could possibly be in Taurus. Let's see what other clarifications we have here. All right, so for the... Oh, no, this one. Okay. The Five of Wands. We have the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is typically the happily ever after card, and I feel like if you find that balance, not only will that actually help you out in work because you're going to be refreshed, you're going to feel refreshed, so you're not feeling as burdened. And when you're feeling refreshed, you have a clearer sense of mind, which of course can bring you more money, right? So let's say, for instance, you are working for somebody else, you know, you're able to see your work a little bit different, you know, not so much as a burden. But if you are working for yourself, sometimes that clear thought, let's say you are being creative, as the example that I had given before was the writing a book. Sometimes when you find that balance, you are able to have a clearer mind, which allows you for clearer creativity, a more flow. And that's what I'm seeing with this Ten of Cups. Just that happily ever after. When you get out there and have fun with your friends, I feel like you gain so much more just by doing that than anything else. And it really makes you so joyous and so happy by doing that. I'm also seeing a potential for love within the Ten of Cups here with the Five of Wands. I'm seeing that being out with your friends, just enjoying that time, some sort of luck is going to happen. That's not what this card represents, but this is what I'm seeing. Some sort of luck happening that you, by chance, while you're out celebrating something, it could be celebrating a Tuesday night, whatever you're celebrating, it really doesn't matter. I feel like you're going to come across a potential partner while you're out just enjoying, just when you're not even accepting or expecting anything. And wow, this Chariot and this King of Swords have been popping out for a whole lot of people. Yeah, with this Justice card, I'm getting the Chariot and the King of Swords, and what I'm seeing here is that this is an action you need to take for your own sake, truly. Because if you really are wanting to get out of that rut, not to say that you want to leave your job, I'm not seeing that here. Maybe some of you do, but for the majority of you, I think most of you do like your job, your careers, whatever that looks like. You're just wanting to switch things up a little bit, get out of the monotony. And if you do take that action to get out, it is really going to thrust you forward. And once you find that balance, because this is coming out with the Justice card, so much more is coming your way once you find that balance. And the Chariot is facing the King of Swords, which is logic, action. You have to take the action. It could be logical action for sure. I'm not saying you have to do anything, drastic. It could be very logical action, but take the action to move forward, and it is going to bring you forth so much. I'm also seeing here the Seven of Wands wanted to come out to play, my dear Taurus. And although this is typically a card of challenges, I do see that you do have your challenges, because most of you are hard workers, and once you set your minds to something, I think you really put forth to it. I think the biggest challenge for you guys is because you have this set of, okay, this is my career, this is what I want to do. That is also your challenge. Yes, this is my career. I'm going to have a hard time trying to get out, try to seek that play that I'm wanting. That's the challenge that I see for you with this Seven of Wands. But once you find that courage to do so, you're going to find that those challenges really aren't as challenging as you actually thought that they were going to be. All right, let's take one final message here from the Oracle cards. All right, what is the final message here for Taurus for the first half of January? What is the final message you want to leave Taurus here for the Alchemist? You can create whatever you want, Taurus. Believe that. I honestly believe you know that. But sometimes when you are stuck in this work mode, I'm seeing that you have been so busy creating financial stability, and you're in a constant flux of creating. And you have been creating your foundation, your financial foundation, that now you're wanting to create something more fun. Something that you can share this foundation with, whether that's a person, friends, family, whatever that looks like. But right now, the biggest thing that I'm seeing you wanting to create is balance. And as I'm looking at the card, there's two hands, and even though they're both, the hands belong to the same individual, it appears, they're also very different, because one looks heavy, the other one looks lighter. And again, going back to the balance. But I've placed this Alchemist subconsciously underneath the Five of Wands that was justified by the, or clarified rather, by the Ten of Cups. And then I placed the Alchemist just below it. And as I had mentioned before, I felt like you could potentially bring a partner in as you are out with your friends. This could also mean your counterpart, that that person that balances you, that you see as not just as a regular fly-by-night partner, but a partner that balances you, that brings you balance, that you also balance them, that you see as a potential partner for life, is what I'm seeing here. And I'm also seeing that because I'm looking at the dolphins here, while you're out playing, you're gonna meet this person, And these dolphins are in water, and I feel like you're going to intuitively know that that is your person. You're just going to have this feeling overcome you that once you see them, you know that is the person that you've been trying to manifest for a long time. My dear Taurus, although your reading is mainly about you seeking a balance between work and fun, your career and fun, I feel like part of that fun is a partner to share your life with. Yeah. That's beautiful, Taurus. I hope you find this. I do. I really, really hope you find this. Let me see if I can, because now I'm curious to see if you'll find this in January. Pardon me, my cards just decided to just fly off here without me even shuffling. So allow me 1 second while I shuffle away, picking up the cards that were. I'm just checking to see if there's anything else that I left on the floor, making sure that I picked up all the cards. Ace of Pentacles. Well, yeah, there's a new beginning, definitely, for sure, coming. Funny enough, the Ace of Pentacles looks very similar to the Alchemist card. That's wonderful. And, well, wouldn't you know it, the Star came out and the Three of Cups decided to come out as well. So no clarifications of whether it is coming or when it's coming, but I'm seeing 3, I'm seeing 1, I'm also seeing 6. So it could be anywhere between 1 to 6 weeks that I'm seeing here for you. I'm also seeing 10 and 7. So 7 came out twice, and 6 came out twice, and 3 came out twice. So it could be anywhere between 1 to 7 weeks is what I'm getting. Potentially 10, but 10 only came out once. So that's what I'm seeing for you. My dear Taurus, I hope this helped. Again, if this reading did resonate, please like, share, and subscribe. And of course, I'm going to be putting up the abbreviated version up online as well, so that you're not having to listen to this full recording. All right, my dear Taurus, until next time, love and light. Have a fantastic rest of your month.